Hi, and thank you for watching us here at Tax Talk UK, where we talk about all things tax and also consider other important aspects of working for ourselves, running a small business and being self-employed. So today I'm going to talk about how many hours that you work. And before I do, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to this information if you should need to, as well as being able to find other information that we have available on a whole host of different topics, all aimed at supporting you in your self-employment. So back then to how many hours that you work. So some people have been finding this confusing when they're in a position where they need to declare how many hours they're working on a weekly, monthly basis, for example. The important thing to remember is that when you're working for yourself, when you're self-employed or running a small business, it's not just about the time that you spend making whatever you make, servicing your clients, if that is your type of work, or actually in the shop if you are running a shop, for example. It's about all the time that you are working. So let's take something nice and straightforward and think of somebody providing a service. So that person, perhaps they charge their clients for the time that they're working on their engagement, and that is there, and they get paid for that. But then let's also think about the amount of time that that person is spending quoting for a new client, spending the time talking to that client, regardless of whether that client does engage their services or not. That time they're still working. Let's talk not so much these days, because of course a lot is more digital, but in the times when we would go to the bank to bank the takings, although you're not getting paid for that time as a sole trader, you are still working. So what about the time that you're spending doing your own accounts, submitting returns, talking to suppliers, negotiating new contracts? All of these things are working. So it's important, if you are needing to be declaring how many hours that you are working, that you don't simply think about the hours that you're getting paid for, or that you are in the wider times or wider world would be considered working. The way to think about it is, if I wasn't self-employed, if I wasn't running this business, would I be doing this activity? And if the answer is no, then quite simply you are working, and the time that takes, you should be allowing for that in your hours. You are still working, even though you obviously you will get benefit from it, from the overall business, but for that specific task. So it's really important, if you are needing to know what your hours are for some reason, that you do accurately include all of the time that you are spending working, and not just the time that you're that you feel like you're working, I suppose, is the way to think of it. So hopefully this helps, and thank you very much for watching. If the information is helpful, please do like the video. That helps us to know which of the questions and which of the topics to focus our content on, and which to prioritize. Thank you. Goodbye.